Okay, time for a league match to decide who will promote to B. So either it will be if Mario wins at least 3 games in this match, he will promote. Otherwise, Jean-Michel will promote. So, hello, Xyrix.
Hello. Yeah. Hopefully we get a nice match here. Some B League quality.
Yeah.
That's always the goal. All right. What do we have here?
I
You know,
I learned
innovation looks pretty good.
looks very good with procession also. Uh, I
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
learned
great at
I
Baron
learned
and
from
Recession.
RTT told me nobody opens Steward anymore. So I would think about opening Steward here, but maybe people don't do that. Maybe Steward Quarry.
I mean, yeah, I think it's Stuart Quarry all the way.
Yeah.
You want to
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about Quarry, but yeah. Yeah, Wharf is the first 5. I think that's pretty clear. Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, it's a nice board because City is not really the only village because you're probably playing with Procession a decent amount.
Yeah, but you're probably not like processing things that. I mean, the good procession targets here are like Steward and Baron, so it's not really. I mean, it's a board where you get procession, but it's not a board where you run everything through your processions.
Yeah, it's easier to do it because of innovation, though. I mean,
yeah, that's true. I mean, you process something into a city, and then you play the city. It's a good point.
yeah, I mean, yeah, like I think procession something like becomes much nicer when you gain and play immediately one of those cards. So trying to, I don't know, yeah, it's a pretty cool board probably. Yeah.
Yeah, certainly you want innovation here.
I think it seems fairly unusual that you don't want innovation. Yeah.
Yeah, certainly. I get it. I get it.
Even when it's on your buy, things like if you've got multiple buys, buying a steward and then immediately getting coins from it to help you buy something else, or buying Baron and immediately playing it could be quite nice.
Yeah.
Or even mill.
So yeah, I would have just taken innovation there on that hand. I would have taken coins instead of trashing on that one.
I see, to spike the innovation. Yeah, I haven't even really been paying attention to what they're doing. So they both did Steward Quarry.
It's a Wharf board. You don't really need to like do it, and there's Envoy too for even more draw. Like you don't need to do an insane amount of trashing stuff.
Tracer is acting
Tracer
like
disagrees
he's
with us.
Down on innovation. Yeah.
I mean, I can see what you're getting at in the sense that you're not really draw limited on this board. So if you process stuff, then you can gain and play it anyways. But you are going to be kind of action limited, and the innovation is very nice. Is very nice for that as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you're using procession to buy, procession is like a village, right? I mean, I think. Yeah, I try the cards on this board are like Steward's a good card. It's an engine piece and it costs 3, and then you've got Conspirator and Envoy at 4, and City and Wharf and Giant at 5. It seems like a good board for procession. Procession's like functions similar to what's it called? The teacher thing, Disciple, except for you happen to lose that card, but it doesn't hurt you that turn to lose that card.
Yeah, it's true. It's not really that different from Disciple here, since you wouldn't want to play Disciple on Wharf anyway. So you would certainly want to play it on City sometimes.
Yeah, I mean the thing you're gaining is that you're gonna play it on a 3 or a 4, and I mean I would play with multiple processions for sure, and
Yeah.
I would oftentimes be doing like procession steward, uh, something that costs 4 if possible, and and then gain back a procession, and
Well, you do that exactly once, and then you wouldn't have a steward anymore, and then you would move on with your life. But yeah.
I guess, but you have extra buys, so maybe you're buying a bunch of stewards. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the stewards can get to being free very quickly. Yeah, he takes another city and another steward. I mean, that makes sense. So here's where JM would probably be happy to have innovation already. But I think you process the steward anyways. You draw and then you trash, presumably.
what's he got left down there?
Got city and some crap.
Could just trash twice.
I mean, you really don't. You really don't. If you trash if you get rid of all your coppers and you get rid of your steward, like you have no money left. You are.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to trash that aggressively with the wharf stuff, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And I would certainly think about keeping one estate around to do Baron.
Mm-hmm.
You can innovate it, and it's
not that hard.
A really nice innovation target.
Nice board.
Yeah. The other thing you can do is, I guess he's going to gain something. So you can't buy innovation this turn and apply it, which is a little sad. So I'm also a little surprised that no one's got a second quarry yet. I think it's probably about second quarry time. Possible Jam will pick one up here.
I think the wharf is fine. He could have done quarry steward.
Yeah. I would certainly play this steward for draw. Well, play the mill first, of course, but.
Buys are the only relevant payload here. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I mean it's a tower board, and you got quarry, so
yeah.
Kind of behooves you to just buy a lot of crap, essentially. Yeah, I kind of assume we won't see innovation at this point. We're at the point where you really just need to start loading up on.
Yeah. Innovation is pretty good to get pretty early. I think I would have tried to get it early. Freakies.
Yeah, I don't really understand why they skipped it. It's not something I would have done, but. Especially for the guy with procession, but what can you do?
Yeah, I think you could do light on trashing because of Wharf. You could also trash aggressively and try to have this really spin to win kind of thing with procession. With innovation and given that it's a tower board.
Yeah, but I mean, like Chaser said, I mean, the payload is ultimately buys. Like, you can get extra gains from procession, sort of, but it's not really helping your tower situation.
It could.
Well, if you're moving from piles that aren't going to pile to piles that are going to pile, yeah. But
yeah. I don't think that it's true that buys are the only payload, because I think that you can. The draw is so strong, you could probably. There's a way you can play this where you take a province or two, and sort of. I don't know. Because
I mean, there's just kind of a, you know, you can spin things into wharves, but at the end, it's all wharves and cities, right? Like, it's you wind up with this huge draw engine.
probably
So
some
you may as well
giants in
have
there.
a lot of cards to draw. Okay, so this, I would guess, okay, he's going to start with the procession. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, he's basically at the point where he can just, only having one city I'm not really a fan of, but presumably he'll pick.
Also, only having one quarry, geez.
Yeah, I mean, I assume someone's going to get a second quarry soon. It really seems
So
like it's second
would
quarry time.
I don't think it's too late for Jean-Michel to pick up innovation here.
I mean, yeah, you can pick up like innovation.
And something that you buy, I mean, even if you take a conspirator that pays for itself, it gives you like a free conspirator with the with purchase of innovation.
Yeah, he's gonna, okay, he's running the wharves. This is definitely a little.
Wow, he gets a second procession. Yeah, I really want innovation.
I mean, we're at the point where the innovation becomes very expensive. Like,
he could have taken it there and still gotten some good stuff. And
he could have taken it there and still got some good stuff. I would certainly have taken a quarry instead of that conspirator. I think he could have done that. Because he's gonna have so many buys this turn. Like, especially if he starts processing dwarves, this can be over in a second.
Yeah, I like being the so he can process conspirators. Now his only 4-cost action besides procession. Of course, procession is good, but so he can gain a wharf mid-turn now and activate the cities mid-turn if Mario doesn't.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. He's going to draw. He's going to have like tons and tons of overdraw.
That's true.
It probably makes sense for him not to activate the cities because Mario needs that more than JM does. I mean, he doesn't really start the 3 pile until he gets a second quarry. I mean, I assume he'll pick up. Presumably he has to pick up the second quarry this turn. Certainly, I'm not sure what exactly Mario's plan is going to be. He'll probably have to play towards mid-turn activating to level 2 cities and winning.
How many buys is he probably going to have?
Sorry?
How many buys will he have? I'm not sure that he... Let's see, if he does procession, on conspirator and a wharf, the second thing he processes is a wharf, then that will give him a bunch of buys. It empties the wharves. He gains like another city. Um,
Yeah, but the piles are still way too expensive from there.
yeah.
Then he needs city costs. 4 cities costs 12, plus all the conspirators cost another 12. You know, you can't. I don't think he can hit 24. And also he has to buy something that actually scores a point, unless he just wants a tie.
Well, I was thinking one of the piles might be estates, but maybe not.
Yeah, I mean you can do it that way, and then it's just worse.
No. The tower points. Tower points.
So
in terms of having to buy something that scores, that the tower, it can be just all you need.
oh yeah, of course you have tower points. You don't have to worry about scoring. That's very true. Okay, now he gets innovation. This is kind of
Mario gets innovation.
Yeah. Okay, he's gonna proc this steward, which is like a good thing to do, certainly.
What is
Okay,
going
probably
on?
doesn't want to proc the steward.
What's the last card?
Oh, he gained a city already. That's true, yeah. Yeah, this is the problem. You really want it before you add any processions to your deck.
All right. Well, now emptying the stewards costs 6, and so he would only cost $21.
I mean, he's got what?
So proc,
three-
conspirator to gain a wharf and a city.
Does he have buys? I guess if he starts processing wharves.
Well, he needs a lot of money too.
Yeah.
Right now he has 4 buys. Okay, he's gonna have at least 6 buys. Is there another wharf down there?
6 wharves.
Oh, right. That gives 2 cities. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's it. Then there's just 2 cities left, so that just costs 6. Plus, he only needs $12. So he needs 8 buys. Well, he gets to play that other
down there. I'm pretty sure. I think it's 3 to 6. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. I mean, I think. Just imagine if he had innovation. I mean, it seems really strange to me that he wouldn't get innovation a while ago. Second quarry also.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, sometimes people are against innovation. Yeah, I mean, it does nothing this turn.
What do you mean not enough money? This is plenty.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sad loss for Mario there, giving him an exact win by taking that steward.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so hard to play safely on that kind of board.
Hmm.
All right, what do we got here? Oh, lots of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you open?
Well, peasant.
Yeah, certainly a peasant. I mean, you really want to get to 5 to get that recruiter, so I guess maybe you just open peasant silver. It's not like an opening you're very excited about. Yeah, what are the other options? You do like peasant settlers.
Mm-hmm. But I think silver is fine here. Silver is fine. Double peasant, maybe.
Peasant. Yeah, you can do double peasant. Your draw is probably
plus card on something.
I guess it must be apprentice.
I mean, it could be. Well, there's not the best targets for that. Yeah, plus card on artificer, plus card on settlers.
Yeah, or you do that sort of thing. That's true.
Trashing is great, so.
Yeah, you can play with the Lost Arts tokens, so you can do something like...
Swamp Hag is okay, even with all the trashing.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Swamp
Hag. Soldiers.
Yeah, Swamp Hags and soldiers.
So Jam goes for 2 more peasants. That seems going to 3 peasants right now seems quite aggressive. I think I certainly would have made one of those settlers.
Settlers is a good token target.
Yeah.
Artificer with plus card is always fantastic if you get enough of them. I mean.
Yeah, the Artificer thing is certainly better once you get it running. The question is, how long does that take?
Jean-Michel gets to...
Mario gets the recruiter here. That's great.
JM gets the altar.
JM probably thinks about an altar. I would still take the recruiter, yeah.
I would have taken an altar, probably.
I mean, he has so many terminals, though, because he went for 3 peasants. As Mario here, I think you take the flag. Yeah, I mean, the Settler's Pile is cheaper. It's also just, you know, a lot worse.
Mm-hmm. Mario agrees with you.
Yeah, this will be a good turn. Since presumably he'll hit a estate down there.
Settlers here. So nice.
And now I would probably take the altar.
Oh yeah.
You can think about another recruiter. I mean, that's not like a crazy idea. Yeah, or a recruiter, yeah. You are out of villagers, which is like not great. Yeah, he takes another recruiter, okay.
It's not crazy to put Lost Arts on Recruiter.
No, it really isn't. Then it's just a trashing lab, which is fine. Especially if your opponent starts swamp hacking you, you'll be happy about that. Now I think I would take an Artificer.
Mm-hmm. Definitely not an apprentice. A third recruiter.
Another recruiter. This seems like a little bit too many recruiters. I guess maybe he is planning on doing Lost Arts on them. But even that, I don't know. You can okay. You can do a thing where you put Lost Arts and the plus card token on recruiters.
But not in that order. You can't do it in that order,
yeah,
though.
No, I mean, yeah, you have to wait for your teacher.
Yeah.
That won't be a super long time, though. I mean, you could have the teacher down in sort of, the minimum number of turns from now. I mean, yeah, you can feed them to each other, but that's kind of
Artificer's really good.
Yeah, it's a really good card. You can gain settlers, you can gain more peasants, you can do all sorts of nice things.
Yeah, this would be like Tracer talks about stuff count. Yeah, you want to be winning in stuff count.
Yeah. Mario is in severe danger of losing the stuff count.
He gets an Artificer now into the shuffle. So, I mean, if he's gonna do all that, I wanted an altar.
I agree. I think you play the two recruiters there. It might slow you down by a turn, but it is probably even more likely that it doesn't. So this could be the altar now. It could be altar settlers, something along those lines.
Mm-hmm. JM probably gearing up to put the plus card on settlers.
Yeah, it looks like it. You could do Settler's Artificer. I mean, Artificer is almost as good at gaining Settlers as Altar is, although Altar also gains the BVs a lot nicer.
Yeah, Altar gains the Artificers, too. Altar is surely good.
It's a good card.
Yeah. Engineers. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Here you just trash the flag bearer, obviously, yeah.
Fugitive before settlers here. Okay. Oh, gets the disciple. That's really good that he found that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Mario's definitely going to be well ahead. He can get up to, 3 or 4 artificers this turn and then slap the plus card on soon, and then he'll just be off to the races. Just can do whatever he wants, basically.
But probably top deck a recruiter, then play it. No.
Yeah, the silver over copper trash was a little over aggressive. Hopefully he's just gaining the settlers to deny JM card tokens and isn't actually planning on using settlers as a card token, but
Lost Arts, maybe? Well, he has 6 villagers. Um, he's in good shape. He's about to get his teacher and disciple. Well, has he had the? No, the flag's gone back and forth a little bit, I guess, but
It's gone back and forth a little bit. Yeah, but Mario's had it for most of the game. So he bought an engineer. I don't know about that engineer. You're kind of out of good engineer targets at this point.
peasant's okay. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean the peasants are nice. You know, if you can get like 3 soldiers, like certainly you're happy with that.
yeah. Probably play with all of the travelers.
I have a feeling that it might be more related to just wanting a bunch of stuff for museum points, but
Well, all of the travelers are good in your deck. I mean, the fugitive's not as good as disciple, but you may not be putting plus buy on stuff right away. So peasant has the plus buy. Soldier with swamp hag is some.
Keep stuff moving, but
Yeah.
you know, it's really easy to gain peasants off artificer plays as well. You know.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't think it's like a bad move, but I'm just like not really inspired.
I guess if you're playing a lot of recruiters, then gaining flag bearers and trashing them to recruiter at appropriate times is a nice thing to be able to do with the engineer.
Yeah, that's true. It's good at gaining the flag. If we figure that they're just going to pass it back and forth for the rest of the game.
And like gaining a flag bearer, not just because it gains the flag, is a fine thing to do when your deck is partly powered by recruiter.
Mm-hmm.
That's just something to track.
So now Jake goes for the artificer. I guess he has a disciple now as well. So these piles are going to start flying away pretty quickly.
Really hoping to find his stuff.
Yeah, I mean he should be able to. I mean it's pretty unlikely still.
Both his teacher and disciple are hiding down there. Would have really liked to see those.
Yeah, certainly this is a very unfortunate hand for him not to have found the disciple or the teacher already.
I mean, if he found the disciple, he's probably finding the teacher, so.
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess he's thinking about gaining. So I guess you could gain like an apprentice and trash. No, sorry, you still have to draw it. But
yeah, I mean
that could help.
You gain an apprentice and draw it, but then you'd have to trash your soldier, which you really don't want to have to do.
Well, I don't know what's left in the deck there. Yeah, maybe he wishes he still had that silver. Hey, there we go.
Yeah. I mean, this is fine.
So he can disciple.
He'd rather disciple something other than the soldier or the engineer, but those are not terrible.
Probably going to disciple the soldier because I don't think I want another engineer.
Well, you can pop it, but then you have to gain 3 things, which you may not want to do.
But he gets the teacher down, so his draw is about to be looking up.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he can take another. I mean, I would disciple the soldier, I think. The attack is like
It's something
bad.
Yeah, yeah. Two soldier attacks is pretty nice usually. Yeah, I guess you definitely do trash the engineer.
Yeah, he needs a peasant, and then he can take a silver or something, I guess, or another. He can take 2 peasants here.
I would take.
That's probably the best thing.
I mean, you could maybe just take another flag bearer. Logic being, it costs more.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I don't think he's getting an apprentice here.
No, I mean for recruiter.
Over recruiter, yes.
So I guess plus card is going on artificer for Mario now that that's what's in his hand.
Huh. I mean, I'd prefer the artificer. What's your justification for liking the settlers better there?
Because he has more. Well,
No,
if he
he's
bought
more-
a bustling,
he's
he bought a
more
bustling
now.
village, then he has 4 of those. Then he has 3 settlers and 1 bustling village. So, but he only has 2
Yeah,
artificers.
sure. Yeah, if he bought the bustling village, he would have had more of those.
Yeah, so that's what he would have wanted to do. But artificer's a better card.
I mean, you know, if you have enough artificers, you can play a bunch, and then you can just draw your deck and still play some for discarding.
Plus card on artificer is always just like artificer is one of the best plus card token targets of all time for sure.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
always
nice. It's
so
a good
happy
card
when I
too.
have several artificers with plus card. I'm just freaky doesn't like it. I mean, okay. If you ignore the difficulty of getting them.
Yeah, I mean, you have to kind of qualify that.
I don't know. I love having a lot of artificers. Doesn't matter. It's still like, I mean, having plus card on a peddler is also great, right? Like, I mean, it's just like you play a bunch of these artificers and you like do all this stuff, and then it's like, oh, I can also afford to buy a province or whatever. Like I wanted this turn because the artificer also gave me a bunch of regular economy. Like artificer's just doing so
Yeah,
much.
I mean,
I love artificer.
that's a good card. I mean, I mean, obviously, it's a much worse token target than like, you know, anything that draws by itself. But
Yeah, Tracer and
I mean,
Freaky are disagreeing.
Peddler
sort
isn't
of.
good, but like, okay, if you take a bunch of bustling villages here, those are maybe drawing a little bit. I mean, I mean, you can get extra draw on the bustling villages if you control when you play those in the shuffle too. So it's not like exactly clear that there's only one thing in his deck that does that.
So did he gain an artificer this turn?
Did he?
No, not yet. So I guess I just I missed when he got his 3rd one, but this is looking pretty good. I would probably be using an artificer to gain an artificer this turn. Settlers and artificer is a nice little synergy here too.
Oh yeah, do you discard here? It's maybe one artificer too early.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd play the Settlers and then play the next Artificer, and then gain an Artificer with that one, probably.
I mean, I'll probably see what Recruiter draws. Oh, yeah. So he can disciple the Artificer.
Yeah, now it's about time to crush a Recruiter.
Doesn't he have 3? Yeah. Oh, easily trash the Recruiter. Yeah, I don't like
trash
that.
a peasant.
I don't like
do
that.
not like that.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it was not an ideal order of things. Now he has all this overdraw that he can't actually use.
He's gonna try to use Engineer to. He also really should have trashed that Recruiter.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna run out of villagers here pretty soon, so.
He can't pile.
I'd probably want to leave. Well, he really has to take a bustling village here, I would think. No, maybe not. I think about bustling village. I think about apprentice. Yeah, you get an artificer.
He was sort of playing like he thought he could end it here, but I do not see that. Of course, he didn't optimize this turn, but.
Okay, now he gets the peasant back because he's apparently sad that he lost his peasant. Various problems.
Now I guess you're going to gain an artificer here.
Yeah, I would think so. Gain artificer by.
At this point, he could use an apprentice.
I'm probably an apprentice with all these flag bearers in the deck now. Yeah, I'm not sure if you really need to leave something on top so much. Those are kind of famous last words. Then drawing the shuffle. Yeah, that's true. You can take another flag bearer here. He needs some more flag bearers, I think.
You gotta be a little careful. He didn't buy anything else. He could have bought a silver. I mean, he's got all those recruiters. I don't know.
Yeah, I would have bought a silver at least.
Can he gain and play an altar here? Why not?
He can probably do that. I don't know if he can actually do anything else with his turn. He can probably do something else with his turn, but I think if he gains and plays an altar, it's not going to be like the world's most exciting turn. I mean, it's -1 money, but it's also more importantly -1 card that you could discard to the Artificer. So I guess it's kind of like -1 money in a sense. -1 Artificer money.
It's just laughing at the chat right now.
Huh. I feel like it would have been better to gain a Bustling Village there.
The piles are mighty low. Who has an engineer still?
Did Mario pop his?
I think it's Mario.
No, he lost his. I think it must be one of JM's lost cards. Yeah, there you go.
Well, this can't last too much longer.
No, I don't think JM can end it here, so I think that probably means that Mario should have a win on his next turn.
Is the teacher down? No. He thinks that Jean-Michel missed a win. Is that right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I think that's what he's getting at. He gained a flag bearer. Like, I don't know why you gained that flag bearer. All you're doing is making Mario's pile out way easier.
Yeah. What was the win? Artificer, Bustling Village, Flag Bearer, pile out?
Yeah, I guess that would be what it has to be. Province, Duchy, Estate. Yeah, I think you have to do that. I mean, at this point, you pretty much have to score and then hope that Mario kind of like half does the pile out and it doesn't work. And that's pretty much all you got.
Yeah, I would get Province, but then maybe like Apprentice. Yeah, Harem. Is he going to get a curse? Good hand.
Yep, very nice hand.
It's sort of scary to go for it, but he might have it if he went for it. I'm not exactly sure how to go for it. Yeah, if you could gain an engineer midterm, that would be nice. Oh.
Yeah, where's Villa when you need it, you know? Okay, plays the Bustling Village, which I don't really like doing before you've discarded the Settlers and the Copper.
Mm-hmm. You're not gaining with all these Artificers, so, you know, play
a couple of them, yeah.
I don't know if I... Well, that's fine. It seems hard to score that much.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's probably a way to do it. It probably involves not playing that Bustling Village.
Mm.
I mean, let's see. Well, you got you discard.
You can do quite a few. You can disciple artificer twice to gain those artificers and also play those. So you're getting like more than $10, or you're getting like $10 just from the artificers and stuff. Some other stuff. So he's gonna have enough money to buy a decent amount of stuff. But yeah, without the engineer.
Yeah, without the engineer, it's hard. Also, he only has one peasant. He does have 3 flag bearers. Like if he had an apprentice.
Do you need help bearing that flag, bro?
Yeah, an apprentice flag bearer.
I want to recruit you. Okay. Gonna think for a while. You could try to pile the peasants by gaining a lot of them with artificer.
You could do that. I mean, if you could.
Freaky says estates.
Yeah, estates. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because that gives you some points too.
Yeah.
So the estates are 10 points. That will put him at 30. Curse will put him at 31. You can gain a curse for free.
Well, you can't really not touch the piles since you really want to disciple those artificers. It makes things tricky. It looks like he's going for it. You got the apprentice. That makes sense. He can disciple an artificer, apprentice the recruiter.
So now estates plus a curse will put him at 33. You don't have to waste a buy on the curse because you just gain it for doing nothing with one of the artificer plays. Although, I mean, it wastes an artificer play that might have otherwise been used to gain an estate, but you probably don't have the cards to gain all those. Yeah.
There's also, I mean, if you have engineers free, that's another 2 points. I mean, it's not free.
If you have the buy, but he doesn't have very many buys.
Yeah.
Does he have 2 soldiers? If he does, yeah, then he can get 2 points by...
No one has 2 soldiers, there's 4 in the pile.
Okay. So no, he can't score by promoting travelers. Oh no, he has 2. Does he have 2 peasants?
He can score by promoting a soldier and then promoting a peasant and gaining a peasant if you go that way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He may have 2 peasants already.
No, he has 1 peasant.
Okay.
He is very far away in points, certainly.
It's hard to gain all 8 of those estates too. You can gain a bunch, but if you start just trying to gain them, yeah, I'm not surprised he's taking a long time here. You start just trying to gain them, then all of a sudden you just like stop right short of the pile out and leave, an easy dunk for JM.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you probably just have to try and score as much as you can this turn. And then you'll have the teacher play on your next turn, and you can put buy on something, and then you'll have an easier time of it.
seeing Jean-Michel's hand, Mario probably should take that Artificer because otherwise it just disappears anyway because he's going to start the turn by discipling the Artificer.
Yeah, but I mean, you know,
So, but
obviously.
he can't see the hand, but.
Okay, so I mean, it's not result oriented. It was pretty obvious not to play that bustling village until you made it so that it drew 2 cards.
Yeah.
Or 3 cards total. Okay, going for the hag. Yeah, he's trying to score, which is fine.
Yeah, but I don't think the hag is a card I would have tried to score with because you're probably going to play the hag, but then it actually could help Jean-Michel with his pilot win by giving him that curse.
Well,
1 curse.
Presumably the pilot win involves buying more than 1 card.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, now he has another recruiter, which just seems like madness. Is he up to 4 recruiters now? Oh, what does he have? 7, 8, 10, 12, 13. I guess he has exactly enough for double, so probably do that.
So boring. He seems to want to do really interesting things.
Yeah. I'd say,
He's going to leave that Artificer there, which is welcome for Jean-Michel. He will just snatch it right away. He could sort of dud here.
you could definitely done. It's not super likely, but it's not impossible.
He has 1 bustling village and 2 settlers.
Yeah. It's not very much draw at all.
Oh, I don't know why he discarded the engineer over the flag bearer. There's that card that you wanted.
Yeah, discard teacher seems like the best one.
Oh, this is
Really
finding the disciple in the bustling village is the top 2 cards there. Now you're going for it, so this is good. And
yeah, he should be able to take it from here.
Yeah, I think so. That's not trivial.
No. That's true. I mean, he does need to gain the other 2 bustling and score 5 points, which is a little tricky. Mostly the 5 points are tricky. Okay, there's nothing tricky according to Freaky. I mean, it's mostly just tricky because, you still don't have it enough, you still don't necessarily have all the draw you need to do everything.
I mean, he's got a pretty decent amount of economy.
Well, he lost his museum points for the copper there, which is not good.
You can gain one for free with an artificer play.
Yeah, that's true. But you might want to gain something else with that artificer play. But probably not at this point.
This is fine. So you gain the 2 flag bearers here.
Yeah,
you can draw them, gain a bustling village, and then you can like buy bustling village. I mean, a province ties. We can like buy bustling village province. He's got it. It's not that hard. Just gain the 2 flag bearers here.
Yeah.
Play an artificer. Gain bustling village.
You do lose 2 VP off the trash.
Yeah.
Presumably he's worked this all out because.
Well, I mean, that's not necessarily. I mean, he had to go for it. There was no other.
Yeah, you didn't have to go for it. That's true. It's probably easier to just go for it and not try and count it all out. Although, as Freaky pointed out, there are.
Oh, did he trash his teacher? Oh, so yeah. then he gets another 2 points.
Yeah, that's true. He gets 2 more off exchanging one of the disciples. So you gain a curse here, obviously. Or not a curse, a copper. Or you can do that too, I guess.
Did we miss here? Copper? No. Oh, so now 2.
Now 2 exchanges, yeah, and then you win by 1.
No, he lost by 1.
Oh, he lost by 1. He didn't exchange for the teacher.
Oh no. He did. Oh, that's so. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he forgot.
Did you not realize it?
He
blew
the teacher.
That's pretty tragic.
Yeah, that's rough. It's pretty rough.
Yeah. Well, that'll be if he loses this match, he'll be. So that's 1-1 now. Some long games.
Yeah, that's true. He could have also taken the free copper. That would have also been a thing he could have done.
Yikes. All right, let's see this next game. Okay.
Oh, we got already starting.
New table.
We did good getting the top seats.
I'm glad they turned off spec chat before somebody gave Jean-Michel the soul-crushing information. Yeah. You missed a win.
Yeah.
Doesn't really do any good to. I mean, he's already. You know how that feels.
Yeah.
You missed a win when something like that happens.
And I don't spend time thinking about it and trying to figure out if I had a win. But yeah, it's not a good feeling. This is why you know if you're gonna completely blow a game, you should always do it in like game 6.
I did that against Jean-Michel. It didn't really matter at the time. Completely blew the game 6.
Well, clearly you were doing it so that this match could have even more impact and drama to it.
Well, Sauna's the only trashing.
Yep. Looks like you opened Sauna Silver. You could also think about
Militia.
Yeah, Militia. Militia Silver also looks good. Get a Sauna a bit later. Trying to win Avantos. Do you bother with Avantos here? I think you probably play with like stable, maybe a Scholar thrown in there too. Like Bandit Camp plus stable is pretty good. You bother with Avantos. I mean, you bother with Avantos if they get revealed. I mean, then you buy some, obviously. But like, I'm not taking more than one Sauna. I don't think. Certainly not taking more than 2 Saunas.
Charm's really good.
Charm is really good.
Yeah,
that's true.
That so you can.
Yeah.
I think Marcus would probably try to build this thing that has like 5 charms in it.
Yeah, and then Stables is like really great for that.
And do a pile out, do like a duchy pile out or something.
Yeah, I assume there's people get a lot of charms. I would want a lot of charms. And now on these 4s, I assume they take some. Ooh, Mario gets the sombrero. That's sad.
Oh, it's very sad.
It's not like the end of the world because, at least you don't have one of these horrible things where you just never hit 5, like shuffles after shuffles after shuffle. Yeah. Certainly it hurts.
The giant attack can be sometimes really good on boards like this.
Yeah,
you trash.
It's not nothing.
Trash the stables or trash an Avanto. Don't know if that means I'm ever getting giant over a charm.
Well, you can get giant with your charm.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't know if there's really time for giant. You don't really need like the money part of the payload to a huge degree.
You could, yeah. But I mean, one way to play this, it probably just loses though. I mean, you could try to play this board as like a single province thing.
That sounds really bad.
It's fast, but yeah, the attacks are good.
Like I could see that if there wasn't charm, if charm was like herbalist or some,
Yeah, I guess the single province thing definitely just at least loses to the double province thing. But probably also loses to the like mega duchy thing.
Yeah. Tracer suggests Tormentor over Giant for attacking, which
maybe.
Yeah, I mean if you have a pair of Tormentors, giving them like.
If I had 5/2, I would have opened to Tormentor, so then I would have that in my deck already. I would probably agree with the Legionary thing because you also don't really want gold.
Legionary attack here.
Yeah, gold is not.
That seems bad.
Yeah, it's 2 cards to give you an attack that's not that much better than the one you already have.
Yeah.
I don't know. Legionary attack can be pretty darn good against stables sometimes. But
yeah, it hurts. It definitely hurts. But yeah.
Like if you have to discard down to just 1 copper and 1 stables, and then you play the stables to do that. So that's just to get up to a 3-card hand, but it's not even the 3 cards you would have chosen. Like you can really dud that way.
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, it's not like stables is the only draw card. Like if your opponent goes for Legionary, you can add like a couple scholars.
Scholar, yeah, good point about Scholar.
I mean, I could certainly see getting at least 1 scholar here. Okay,
so he also did not. So he missed another.
Start taking Avantas. Looks good.
Trash.
I do not really see why JM bought a 3rd sauna.
He also didn't trash, I think.
Yeah, maybe he should use the trashes that he gets instead of buying more saunas. But yeah, I don't know. It must just be an overreaction.
At one point, they changed. The autoplay used to automatically, when you play all treasures, when the silver goes down, which is like at a random point during your treasure autoplay, then it prompts you. But now, if you want to trash with Sauna, you can't do the autoplay. Play all treasures. You have to play the silver individually. So I still sometimes miss that.
I mean, I have screwed that up before. Like it does happen. Anyways, he gets a nice trash here. So. I mean, you certainly trigger this.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
He changed his mind. Or he disagreed, yeah.
Yeah. Some people just really hate shuffling. Yeah. Okay, apparently JM has 4 saunas. That is a lot of saunas. I really do not like 4 saunas.
Yeah. Like with no other information, I would say the person with 4 saunas should probably be losing.
Yeah.
And like he definitely bought a sauna over stables. At one point, he bought at least one point. He bought sauna with 5. I think it was the last one.
And it looks like he's going to get a little rewarded for it to pick up 2 Avantos here, since Mario didn't feel like trying to draw around and getting a really nice turn there.
But he gets the Legionary and a gold. That seems bad. I don't think he has the draw to support that.
Yeah, that seemed greedy. I feel like you just take 2 Avantos there. And
Yep. If you want to do the Legionary thing, you can do that next turn. But I would, over Legionary and gold, I would have just taken 2 charms. But the next turn, after I picked up those Avantos and knew that I was just drawing like a beast.
Yeah.
Not that the Legionary attack is bad.
I mean, it's good. Like it's not something you're just like, oh man, I'm gonna trash this Legionary now. I hate it.
Well, he's drawing. He just left 1 stop card on the top there, but that could have been way worse. With if he didn't find that Avanto, maybe. So he did not really get punished for that by order.
No, I mean, Mario got punished for.
I would probably have trashed the militia this turn.
Yeah, certainly.
It doesn't. I mean, their treasure. You can't discard it for stables. And all right, he wants to green. Well, okay, he figured out that Legionary gold. Yeah, okay, but he's definitely not. Now he's definitely having trouble drawing at this point. So I would say Jean-Michel underbuilt this.
Yeah. So now what do you take as Mario? Probably like 2 charms?
Sure.
Yeah, I think I like 2 charms.
And kill that copper.
And certainly kill that copper.
I kill the spoils
yeah,
too.
one charm plus Avanto. I mean, the problem is that like Mario only has 1 Hasana, so the 4th Avanto is not great for him.
Yeah, no, just 2 charms.
No one of those is the spoils.
The he cannot kill that copper. Why?
Because he's out of Sana plays.
Oh. Well, he could undo and do it, right? Oh no, he only has the 1 copper. Okay. He did all his trashing that he can.
Forced
Okay.
to double province. I don't think you're forced to double province.
Definitely not.
If you take double province, then like you may as well just resign. Like your deck is not going to hold that green better. However, he's going to do it anyways.
Look at that. Oh, there it is. I liked the double charm. I think building big with charm payload is good. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, well, like, you can just build really big and then you can go down,
So his last 3 cards, so he played all 4 Sanas and his Avanto. I don't think there's a stables down there. Like, I think it's just charm and... Yeah, okay, so he did get a stables, come back around. But, yeah, Jean-Michel was... his deck's going to fall apart here.
His deck is also falling apart here because he put a bunch of provinces in it. Now he's taking a duchy.
Ugh. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Really, really not a fan of that duchy.
do not play that Asana. Okay. So can Mario double province?
I mean, it's certainly possible, but yeah, I would want Duchy of Onto.
Are you sure? He may not have enough money in his deck.
Well, he did it before. He hasn't trashed anything since then, so.
Oh, he did do it before. Okay, yeah, that's right.
So here, I guess you take Duchy plus
Stables,
maybe.
Yeah.
You could just have to take the province here.
Well, this is. Oh well, he finds the bandit camp. Yeah.
He's really hoping for that misery or that locust or whatever.
Okay, but this could be okay for Mario. His deck is not that bad, and Jean-Michel has a nothing turn. He gets to buy an estate, and he gains a curse this turn. So Mario has a good shuffle. He's gonna win. The Tormentor.
It's going to take quite the shuffle, given how much green is in his deck now.
Well, I mean, he gets double Duchy here, and
right. That's a nice. That is a nice start. That is a nice start with finding the bandit camp with both Abantos.
And there's the Sauna.
Yeah, he should have it here. Yeah, there it is. Well, no, he has to find the charm, but that should be easy.
Yeah. This deck is okay. He built a little bit bigger than Jean-Michel did draw. I mean, like, Jean-Michel was spending all those turns buying saunas.
Yeah. I mean, he did build a little bit bigger. I don't know if I would say his deck is good.
No, but it's better.
He had like 3 duds before he had these 2 good turns. So.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you don't notice that the game is over when it's you playing. You don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
to play the draw cards. It's not okay to play the mulcha.
Yeah, that's bad. Well, I mean, Jean-Michel was pretty likely to dud with that deck.
Yeah, he was flying pretty close to the sun there. Certainly. So what do we have here?
We have Lost City for draw.
Lost City, Grave Robber, Forge.
Road Network is
so big that you can do a ton of Grave Robber stuff, although probably you can do some.
If you try to do a lot of stuff, it like probably involves gaining distant lands a decent amount, and so a Road Network going to come into play, I think.
Yeah. I mean, that's the problem if you try and do stuff. You will activate your opponent's road networks a lot, and you probably don't want that.
So yeah, you can buy Road Network earlier than you might otherwise because it's sort of prophylactic. It stops your opponent from going too wild on that if you think it's good.
It kind of it's going to be a long kind of slog since your trashing is
mint
locked up in that minted forge.
Yeah,
probably you don't get a mint here. I don't think. Maybe you get a mint. You can't see the mint.
I think Road Network, is he listening to us?
No. So yeah. Well, we can answer this question anyways. Yeah, I guess we already did answer this question. We think no is good. Yeah.
There's the island of it. I mean, I played this game against Rabid where he just went crazy with islands, and I was like, "What are you doing?" I still think he took too many, but he won that game, so I can't really talk too much.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like good, but there's not very much on this board that's good. Certainly nothing at the sort of below 5 price point. So it's like, do you buy a bad silver or do you buy a bad island?
Silver's not that bad.
Well, it's not great.
I mean, it helps you hit Forge if you want to do that, and if you don't want to do that, then you're playing money, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it helps you. I mean, it doesn't really help you hit Forge. You can't just like buy a bunch of silver to help you get to 7 in like a reasonable amount of time. I mean, certainly you can get lucky in that, but Anyways, I think this is Lost Cities for the both of them.
Road Network on turn 3.
Whoa.
Whoa.
All right. Well, and Jam gets a very lucky forge here. So they both bought it. What?
I think getting Road Network early. So I've done it before, and it also scared my opponent into thinking I might be onto something, and they did it.
I mean,
he just spent 7 on the gold. Okay.
Wait. Jam bought gold over.
Yeah, I think he thinks it's just money.
What is going on?
I think he thinks this board is just money.
I mean, yeah. Apparently they.
I mean, I don't think that playing like a very simple money strategy is the worst strategy on this board. Yeah, Mario does get the mint draw.
All right, well, Mario gets a very lucky mint.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good for him.
Easy mint to Mario.
Let's see how many turns it is until someone actually activates Road Network.
Yeah, but
Like I
it
guess
was
if
the.
it wasn't for road
It doesn't mean it didn't do anything because it stopped them. It's like, oh, you might want an island, but now they have road network.
Yep.
Not against
I
the
mean, if you want the
network.
island, you buy the island anyways. Like you stop them. I don't know. Yeah, guide is a good alternative to buying island. Playing the guide.
Oh man, this is great.
I guess they just both really don't want to get lost cities for whatever reason. They're just really worried about drawing the opponent a card. That's really the only reason I can think of that you wouldn't buy Lost City, and also the only reason I can think of why you wouldn't buy Forge, since the Forge like isn't great if you don't have draw.
I think Jean-Michel is going to buy another gold here.
He might buy Province, but probably a gold. Yeah.
No, you should.
It's the power of the road network.
I wouldn't have bought it on turn 3, but I think road network is good here.
I mean, it's certainly good here, but you wait until like
I think that you can buy road network earlier than people want to. Yeah.
I think it's not great to buy early road networks. I would rather have a Lost City here, like every day of the week. Like JM is literally just playing big money with guide.
Yeah.
That's all he's doing.
I guess you can try to trash down and then do Lost Cities and Grave Robbers. That's probably pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
That probably beats the money thing.
Yeah, you have distant lands. You get a bunch of distant lands. If you gain...
Draw your opponent a bunch of cards with road network.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you have to be careful about it, certainly.
Well, so the Grave Robber thing, you could sort of build up to gaining more provinces at once and not be just sort of like steadily drawing your opponent cards as you province every turn. But, get like... I mean, the more provinces you gain on the turn that you end, the fewer cards you draw your opponent that do anything with road network, right? So,
You try and make it look.
So if you can get up to a thing where you are threatening to like end the game with triple province from your Grave Robbers, that's pretty good.
Yeah. I don't think the engine should have really any problems here unless it decides to not buy Lost City for some reason. If you decide that you can just never have a Lost City, then you're going to have a loss. I mean, the thing about Lost City is it's almost always better to buy them as soon as you can. Like, early in the game, maybe you draw your opponent like an extra copper, There's sort of like this curve, I mean, if your opponent is drawing the deck already, then obviously he's going to draw the deck either way, so you don't care. But in a game like this, I think you want to just buy...
It's a good card. I remember one time I bought a lab over a Lost City because I was really scared of giving my opponent the card, and then the next turn I dudded because I didn't have the action that I would have had if it had been a Lost City. And I don't know, Lost City's just a good card. You just like suck it up and buy it all the time.
Yeah. And like Mario started in on turn 12, which is certainly too late. Like the money thing might just be based on just based on reluctance to get Lost Cities before turn 12.
Trashing a lab comparison is like gaining a lab. Is Separate talking about my comparing lab to distant lands? I was just literally talking about gaining a lab. Like I decided to gain a lab over a Lost City because I didn't want to draw my opponent a card, but it turned out I wished I had
we just can't talk about lab anymore.
You can't talk about gaining labs, even if you're literally talking about gaining labs.
Yeah. they really should have just removed that card from the second edition, so that it's just kind of like this mythical idea.
I love labs. I also love lamp.
Yeah, you play the distant lands, certainly. You want to get that on the mat.
Gold. Takes a distant lands. Probably taking a gold instead of that distant lands, considering you don't want to make the game longer.
Yeah, probably another gold better than another one. I agree.
Without road network, maybe the distant lands, but with road network,
that road network, it's really
fucking with my head, man.
Yeah. So here we're forging into another province, I guess.
No, he wants to get a lost city.
No.
Distant lands.
Distant lands. You can't get lost cities. It's just not done. Grave Robber now. Yeah, Grave Robber looks good. You can Grave Rob your forge into a province, which is like something you want to do.
I think what you can't really do on this board is be in between. You have to either play the money thing and commit to it, which is going to be, that's a baseline, and that's what Jean-Michel is doing. And if you try to do something that's like, you build a little bit, you get a few of these shiny action cards, and you also are doing the road network thing and getting these, like, whatever. I think if you're not doing the straight money thing, you got to be like trashing really aggressively and be trying to play multiple grave robbers.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. You can just not touch the province pile. You can just not touch the province pile at all. You can just go for, you want all the distant lands and islands, whatever. You gain them, yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know. I think in the native village, yeah, it seems fine. You could also just not bother with the native village. And, well, it's kind of hard to gain an island every turn, no province. You can forge province right here, yeah.
Sometimes in money games, road network can sort of bite you because you actually like don't really want more than 5 cards in your hand if you've already got province, and it just sort of like, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just as likely to help you as it is to hurt you.
Possible, but it's like way more likely that it does something good. So, yeah.
I had one game that where like the road network draw lost me the game at the end. Like, I mean, I don't know. It also probably helped me earlier in the game, so whatever. But you notice it when you lose the game because of that.
Yeah,
well,
okay, so
he did sneak
like,
one in there.
One lost city beats no lost cities, so that's
yeah. Imagine having 2 lost cities.
Not the most surprising that's ever happened.
What is the score now? 3-1. Is that?
Yeah.
So that means Mario will be promoting.
Yep. Congratulations, Element Mario 222.
So what do we have here?
Well, it looks like you build a lot. You get highways, and yeah, you can do triumph stuff.
You can't trash. Was pretty annoying. It means that
you can use rebuild the trash. You can trash your states into distant lands, and then they leave. What world do you build a lot here?
Okay. You can't do anything about copper, which is annoying because a Royal Blacksmith is the best draw. So it means Royal Blacksmith is more like sifting.
Just rebuild, huh?
Uh,
I don't know about that.
I'm not sure about that either.
I'm really, really not convinced. I mean, you give like Delve Triumph stuff. I don't know.
I would do the highway thing. I think yeah, you got to get so much stuff. It's a little frustrating though. Trying to get all the stuff, like you want hirelings, you want ghost towns, you want.
Yeah.
It could be too. It's the lack of trashing makes it really slow. Yeah, rebuild will keep you in check. Another option is Delve Duke.
Could do Delve Duchy Duke, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, if you play money, then you do Duchy Duke. And yeah, the thing is, yeah, if you're doing money versus rebuild, then yeah, Delve Triumph. Delve Triumph, I guess, sort of goes with rebuild because you're just like sticking these estates in your deck. Yeah, rebuild could be a little bit of a red herring for possibly okay Duchy Duke strategy. But Distant Lands is good for the building thing.
Yeah, you could just build in the sense that you get a bunch of hirelings and like a Royal Blacksmith and then do Delve Triumph, I guess.
Pawn is not the best source of buy.
I don't know. I'm still not like super convinced that you can't build something.
You can try. It's annoyingly slow. I mean, it reminds me of a. I don't know. I tried to build. It was against money against Jean-Michel in one of our games, and he won. It wasn't close. That game, it was like the engine.
I mean, if you're talking about the guild hall thing, but,
yeah.
But like I mean,
it's a guild hall thing, yeah.
That's a guild hall thing.
Still, I think what I was doing would have been okay with some trashing. The lack of trashing slows you down building so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the more I think about it, more I want to try the Triumph Delve thing instead.
Well, here comes Jean-Michel with the Royal Blacksmith. Bad draw. If only counting houses on the board. If only Sentry was on the board.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you could have on the board. If only Mountebank was on the board, that would make it infinitely more pleasant.
If only Donate were on the board.
Yeah, I'm not really convinced that hireling helps rebuild at all. Like,
No, it
I would
helps
just
to.
buy a rebuild instead.
Does Jean-Michel have a rebuild? Or no, Mario is doing all the rebuilding. Okay. Um, yeah, I should be gaining distant lands instead of duchy, considering that Jean-Michel is trying to do this highway thing. If your opponent's doing money, then you definitely take the duchies. Because the money is like leading to this Duke thing.
Yeah. It's true. The Duke thing is kind of annoyingly
It's a
impressive.
big triumph.
In Triumph, yeah.
So he will still have $4. He can do another Delft Triumph this turn. Well, Element Mario could pivot into Duke stuff.
Yeah, he certainly could. He can keep getting triumphs and rebuilding
Yeah,
those estates.
you could do
into
Delft
duchies.
Triumph here.
Yeah.
He just buys a pawn. Yeah, I would have taken the silver.
Yeah, I don't know what the pawn's doing, really. JM needs more. Why does he need more? I think, 2 royal blacksmiths. I can get Ghost Town.
Ghost Town's. Yeah, since you can't trash your junk, the start of turn draw is quite appealing. Help give you a better chance of getting to your royal blacksmiths.
Yeah, the consistency and stuff is real nice.
Yeah. This engine is just challenging.
Yeah, this is going to be a real nice triumph, Mario. He's getting very nice draws for this. Yeah, maybe it was stupid to think that building can actually do anything. I forgot that rebuild triumph is a thing. I did have one really stupid league match once where I won a game just on doing rebuild triumph, and like really bad rebuild triumph too, like buying the triumph to get like 2 points and stuff, but it did work out eventually.
Copper Triumph, go for it. Yeah. It's pretty daunting. VP League, considering Jean-Michel is nowhere near having a consistent deck. It takes way too long to set up this engine. Yeah, he shouldn't resign, but it's an uphill battle. I guess the thing is, the ports are. You need some actions because you probably ideally like to be able to play more pawns for card buy.
Yeah, that's true. You can take ports and get that. I mean, he needs more highways before he really wants to play pawns for card buy.
Goes for another RBS.
I mean, he needs more silvers on it. That's like a card that the World Blacksmith can draw.
Silver?
I mean, you can also get a bunch of pawns and it's like shield coppers like that. Yeah, that's true. It's probably better to just get a silver. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So here I would probably get some ports.
Yeah, like this turn could be better if you had more points. Certainly.
Couple of ports and another highway.
Yeah. 2 buys. You could skip the other. You could skip the other one. Just go. Well, at this point, he needs to get triumph from buying provinces. It's not really ideal.
Just rolls right around. All right, that looked pretty good.
Yeah, he's drawn the deck now,
so he could get those 4 provinces. Not that it would win the game.
Yeah, he needs. I guess he just needs to get more buys mostly. Go for like ports. The rest on pawns, maybe.
I would probably take 1 triumph this turn also.
Ooh, lands. No, those lands are bad. Man, you're not getting anywhere with lands.
Rebuild. So I actually think rebuild is better than distant lands for Jean-Michel because he could turn his estates into distant lands and get them out of the way.
That's true. That would have been better.
I don't think he has enough time to overcome. This though. Well, yep.
The distant lands were so bad. They were, yeah.
So that's 4-1. 1 game left.
Okay, what do we have here? This is a really good capitalism.
Yeah. Capitalism with Magpie, Bridge, Flag Bearer, Priest. Man, this is bonkers.
Yeah, there's RC Bridge, that's true.
there's so much here. It has to be better than straight RC bridge to do like just sort of like stuff with hermits and yeah, just like God, I'm really frustrated when I get this on game 6, if it matters, which this doesn't matter now, but.
Yeah, this is a crazy. I don't know off the top of my head how many turns pure RC bridge does to
Yeah, Madman is probably.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like RC bridge with some stuff, and that stuff is mostly some madmen, some magpies, just like some draw cards. Draws get usefully RC bridge decks when it costs like nothing basically. The Squire is a little weird. I would think that would be another hermit.
Oh no, Madman does not trash. This board is pretty hard to play right.
It is definitely not potion. The answer is not potion.
Potion seems not ideal in the face of Magpie and how quickly you can put together this huge turn. They're both going for it. Okay, well.
Yeah, I feel like it can update
capitalism right now. Capitalism. Yeah. I think capitalism right now.
Yeah, go for the road network.
Road network, not so good.
All right, goes for a royal carrot. Neither of them has a bridge yet, which feels like it's something you might want at some point, especially if you have a potion. I guess you can play Squire for buys. It's a thing you can do.
Oh goodness.
That was, of course, a very weird order. Like you should mat your carriage as soon as you can.
Gains a Squire. I would probably take another Hermit. And gets a royal carriage.
Yeah, RC Squire. Yeah, what happens if you call RC 10 times on a Squire? Then you have $10. You can get
yeah, but like 20 buys.
Yeah, you can get to 20 buys. You can buy a lot of coppers. You can empty the curses, make a big dent into the coppers.
Priest is pretty good. So is capitalism.
Personally, I think someone should get a bridge. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's really what I'm waiting for here.
But Priest,
Like a bridge into capitalism.
like I do want to trash my coppers, and Priest is the card on this board that can do that.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. You can trash the squires and gain pillages.
Yeah. The pillage is the treasure, and Squire's a treasure. Well, no one wants capitalism here. They can't see it or something. So I do think that what these players are doing would possibly lose to straight Royal Carriage Bridge.
Yeah, certainly. They're not anywhere near high like the provinces. Okay, well now Mary has capitalism, so he can draw squires with magpies.
When you get capitalism, it decreases your chance of gaining more magpies, though.
No, you get both.
Oh, you get both. Right. Okay, it's not otherwise. Okay. Yeah, so there's not a downside here.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, it's just really good.
Excellent magpie.
Yeah, I don't understand the.
I mean, surely some bridges get bought right here. Now these piles are super low.
I would also not expect 10 priests. Like, if you were for some reason not wanting to play a big bridge thing, certainly you would want priest.
Mm-hmm.
With epic draws. I don't really see that. He doesn't have another madman, so.
What did he leave down there?
Yeah, I'm really compelled by magpies drawing pitches. That's. Oh yeah. Turn 11. Traditional time to start trashing.
I think he's thinking of the priest as payload.
I mean, I guess you can play the priest and then play like a hermit or two, and that does something.
Been a while since I've seen Flag Bearer just sit there untouched for so long.
Yeah. Okay, now Jam is getting bridges off the hermits, which is like a reasonably good thing to do. Presumably he like buys capitalism here and gets madman. Right, you buy
Capitalism. Capitalism. There we go.
Yeah, buy no card. Yeah. You want those madmen. Yeah, this assuming JM finds his madman here, this should be an easy win for him.
Yep. Spin, spin, spin. I'll play the Alchemist. Yeah. Interesting thing that I thought about, he got 2 madmen that turn. He probably would have preferred to just get 1 and a hermit. I guess this is fine. Yeah, this is just easy. All right.
Well, we did have we did get a war on a bridge in the end, so that there it is. It's Royal Carriage Bridge.
Mm-hmm. So just click on some stuff. Okay, well, ended up getting decided pretty early, but it was a close-ish match at 4-2. Felt like I sort of tanked my match against Jean-Michel this season, so I think if I had, well, I at least did want that last game, and so it would have been even easier for Mario to win anyway, but I think Mario was the strongest performer in our division this season, so.
Yeah, it seems well deserved.
Wait, did we not find the win here, or just flexing? Okay, that's cool. That's cool, I guess. Yeah, I thought he missed it too. All right, well done to both players this season.
Yeah, congratulations, Mario. Yeah, good commenting with Lemon Spawn. Thanks everyone for.
Yeah. All right.